fine. I'm gonna get started here. I I had recorded some of this already, and what had happened is my camera just conked out and it kept really making a mess. I had to buy a new camera, and I'm in need of your help. Um, if you could just give me a small donation, I would be so happy. I hate to ask this because I know money is hard right now. But if you want me to continue to do this, I need your help, and I don't know which way to turn. Um, you don't have to become a member. All you have to do is just give me a donation, if you can, to Pittsburgh artist to me, on mcdunn2 at comcast.net, on PayPal. A small donation. I have enough people that follow me that I should have enough to pay for this little camera. Uh, I'm just like I'm at my wit's end because I've started working and my body's starting to give out. I don't know how long I'm going to hold up. I'm having issues again, and I just don't know which way to turn. And I hate to ask this. I don't like to do this. Um, but I don't have a choice. And I know that if I don't get help soon, this whole thing is gonna just go down. It just I can't do it anymore. The my actual videos are not as frequent because I just don't have the money to buy supplies. So I'm hoping that you can help me, that you can understand my issue here. And I'm just hoping that you can understand. At least I'm hoping that, anyways. But I understand if you can't. I understand that too. I know how things are right now. It's very difficult. I wish this thing would come out. I've had this for a while, but I don't think it extends. Let's see. It doesn't seem like it. Oh, maybe wait. Let's see. Sorry, this is gonna be goofy. Oh, okay, well, we're just gonna have to go like this. It's gonna be crooked a little bit because I have it set up differently so you can see what I'm doing. So when I started that last video, before all the crazy stuff happened, I was starting out with this, but it needs another coat. I want to put another coat of the green. This is the green black. I was using this. It's an allure interactive acrylic, and I'm going to use a nice large filbert for this. And the other shades that I was using for this, I am following the color scheme kind of this picture of the bear, uh, although he's on a side view. But I like the color scheme here, the way that I can see it better, because the picture that I got was, I think, on Splash, and this was also on Splash. But this here, acrylic here, is kind of dried out, and I am not able to get another one, so I don't know if I can do this or not again. Just kind of put it out there and then put some water on it because it's pretty thick. So let's see if it'll mix. Yeah, we'll get some of it anyways. And then I'm going to actually use this here chrome green in here. So I'm going to put some of that out on my palette. My palette is just a glass palette right now. And I'm going to put some yellow too. And this is a basic cad yellow. All right, so let's see here. I'm going to start right up in here, and I'm just going to kind of fill in what I did last time, just a little bit differently, because now, and I can get closer, but you won't be able to see this if I do. So let's see here. I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. That's pretty good. Go in with a little yellow, because what's happening is the highlight's coming down this way. And so I want some light here that shows through. I'm just going to wet my brush so I can blend this together. Some lighter green here. Because it's pretty light in through here. And we're just like in a dark forest area here with this little bear, this brown bear. And what I'm actually going to do here is make this into a clock. So I got to go find some parts, because the clock that I had here, it broke. So I thought, well, you know what? I got a new clock. I had to get a new clock. Got the cheapest one I could find for in the kitchen. It was a kitchen clock, but I thought, you know what? I can probably refurbish this somewhat and make a new clock out of it. And now watch you, have it on my channel so that you could see what I was doing with this. Okay, probably can't see that now. Let's just turn it around a little bit so you can see. Come on, Grumpy, you can come in here. Or is that you, Sally? Come on, Sally. Come on. Sally, come on in here. Come on. Just kind of getting that highlight in there. Just want that lightness. And I haven't washed my brush out or any of that. What I did too is I gessoed this clock. I did about 3 coats of gesso because of the fact that you could see the underneath part of the clock. It was a kitchen clock. But I need your help. So anyways, let's go on to the eyes. Now the eyes are kind of like a brownish shade, but they do have a highlight. So let's clean here. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to use a real fine brush. This is a number 2 Princeton round. Okay, now I'm going to put this in a little closer so you can see it. I think that's as close as it'll get. Okay. So I've already kind of started it, but it's not exactly the way I want it. Let's see. I'm going to get some ivory black out here. And I've got that shade there. That's raw. umber. We'll get that twisted so you can see it. And I'm going to use some yellow ochre for the eye. Oh boy, that came out pretty heavy. But I'm going to be using that pretty much anyway, so. This paint might be dried out. I've had this for, geez, at least 6 years, this paint. It's a ivory black, and it's a Utrecht heavy body. I had this for a class that I took at CCAC, Community College of Allegheny County. So I think I'm going to start out with this yellow ochre. And I don't want to get messed up. I got that on my hands already. And it's so dark around his eye. I'm going to make this just a tad bigger because their eyes are very small. I don't understand that, but they are very small. I'm going to put the pupil in here. Get that pupil in. Kind of outline that a little bit. And then I'm going to get some of this raw umber and put that in there also, because around the pupil, it comes out. I should have some in here. Oh, this is another color that might be dried out here. Let's see. Yeah, they get dried out after so many years, and it's just, you can't even. Oh, there we go. I don't know. Can't seem to get that out of there. It's pretty dried out. I might have to, oh, there we go. Okay. I just had to kind of break the skin a little bit, but it is kind of thick, so we'll see how this works. Okay, so around the pupil, it's kind of dark. Let's see if I can get this to... Come on, Sally. Come on in here. I'm trying to get my dog in here. She usually comes in, but she's right now pacing around. Come on in here. Come on. So I'm putting this around the pupil. And then I'm also going to kind of like put it around the edge here. So you really need a liner brush in order to do this, just to make it look a little smaller. All right. Now, it's also very dark in this area here. So I am going to combine some of that brown with some of my black, make a black brown shade. And I'm just going to use my little brush here. And this is coming this way. And I'm going to have to turn this a little bit to me. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. So it's kind of all around that eye, kind of just this brownish shade, brownish black shade. I'm just going to paint that in there. Gonna kind of just make little marks that look like hair. And then I'm going to go through this again with some of the black, kind of making it more dark for it. And it comes down this way. Kind of make your strokes go in a direction. That's why I put all these marks here. Now I did a transfer of the picture, and I put all the marks in. And if you're interested in this, just get in touch with me at Pittsburgh Artist Studio, or Pittsburgh Artist, PGH Artist at Outlook.com. And I will also have those directions. I mean, the thing posted in this video, the address. Okay. And get some of this ochre here, because there is some of this coming down here. So I'm just making little. Now, I'll probably have to go over that again because of it's got to be darker. Just going to make those little marks in there. Now, I'm not sure how things are going to turn out with this. I don't know. But we're going to do our best to make it look good. Okay. So that comes on kind of down this way. Just making it a little bit darker. Sit down, Sal. Sit down. A little bit more brown. Extend here. Okay. And right here is a little bit of brown also. We'll come down again with that yellow ochre. And then also this brown kind of goes up into here. That'll help maybe move that a little bit better. Okay, let's go back. Get some dark. Now it kind of goes into like a rust color in through here. So I have this, I don't know how this is going to be, raw sienna, which is almost like a yellow ochre. I mean, it's just a little darker. Maybe we'll get that in here. And there seems to be some orange in here also. So I'm just going to kind of go in like this with this. Kind of. this shade comes in. So I'm going to kind of like get this to come out a little bit, make some strokes that look like hair here. Right in here, it's dark. Darker. And let's get some of this in there so that it's kind of getting that feel here of hair. Not having such a line. I'll put a little tad of yellow in this eye to kind of just sparkle it up a little bit. Okay. Eyes very dark and through here. And you can hardly see that he has any light in that eye there, but yeah, there's kind of a light. Maybe I'll get a little bit of this raw umber here. Do that in a little bit better here. Because it's kind of dark there. All right. Oh, excuse me. Now I'm going to get some white, but I'm going to use, unbleached white because this isn't real white. It's kind of an unbleached looking color. And in here, it's more of an orange. So I don't know. Ooh, oh, that came out really bad. I'm going to waste all that. Okay. Well, maybe I can use some of it. I don't know. So anyways, because it's a lighter color, it should right here almost look white. And then we'll go back in there with the black again. Because it isn't here. Just, you know. Okay. All right, he looks pretty good. All right, so I am going to use some unbleached white. I'm going to use my little and mix up some of this raw umber with it, because I'm going to use that as his highlight, because there's just, I don't want him orange. I don't like the orange. I mean, even though the sunlight hits it, it can be looking orange, but I really don't want that color. I just hit a tad of that yellow in here too. Just kind of giving it a little bit of that orange shade. All right. Let's see. I think I'm going to use a different brush for this. I'm going to use this Filbert. It's a Utrecht filbert. I don't know what the size is. Oh, it's a 4. Okay, 4. All right, now we got the eye. Let's move over to this section with the nose. Maybe I should put the nose in just to get that in. That way, because the nose is an important part to this also. Now, some of the nose is brown. It has some brown black in it. All right, so let's go into, first we'll put some brown into our black. Okay. And right at the tip of this nose, which is right here, it's kind of brown. So I'm just going to make that brown in there, but you know, it looks black. So probably once we put the black on, it will be amazingly, okay, it'll really work out for us. So let's see here. Maybe it should be a little lighter. Well, we'll get some gray going too. Yeah, it's kind of light sometimes, the nose. Right in here. So this is all dark here. When you're painting, just look at all the shapes. This is sort of almost like a square, but not quite. And it comes down in here. Let's see, that is a little lighter, but it comes here. It's darker. Okay, it comes probably down a little bit. Like that. And then this, we'll mix a little black with some of this white here. It's kind of like a gray, but it's a darker gray. Okay, and then this is all blackish looking also. I'm just gonna get rid of that, kind of go into my black. Okay, this is dark here. But we have to get a little bit of highlight in there just to make sure that it doesn't look so strange like. It's just really dark in there. Okay, so we're going to get some of this, add it to that. Add it to the brown, you know, the brown into that grayish color. And we're going to put some of that in here. Just kind of giving it that extra black. Now, this is typically not the shade that I use, ivory black, but I thought for this painting that it should be a little bit more black, darker black, you know, because of this, because of the way he is. Okay. And then there's some dark here also. And I believe it comes down a little bit here. This here is going to be like a little bit lighter. It's going to be brown with some light in it. Definitely going to have some of that extra white light color. I'm going to use this And when you do this, you want to kind of just make your strokes a little rough. You know what I mean? Just kind of, because it's going to be like hair. So, you know, just rough them up a little. Now this here part, we're not going to see his eye. But all this is kind of light in here. So, and we can put some darker shades in here as we go. Along this part here, it's a little bit light. We got some strokes that are lighter. Now, don't forget, you know, you get this ugly stage with your paintings, and don't let that stop you, okay? We don't want you to get frustrated or any of that, because there is an ugly stage to all paintings, and you kind of get a little worried about it, and that's normal. Just let it go. Let it happen. Let the ugly stage happen. Because it is a normal part of the painting. Okay, so this is going to come down like this. Oh, I'm not showing you. I am so sorry. Here we go. I got to keep remembering that I think you're seeing what I'm doing here. All right, so this is going to be somewhat light in here. And then it's kind of come around his eye, kind of like this. The hairs are going to come around like that. And then at some point, they start to go straighter. These are all kind of like this. And there is this part right here that is light also. So we're just going to kind of lighten it. But then there's some dark mixed in with that a little bit. Okay, and there is some light with a little bit. I'm going to make it a little darker here. Right in here. But there's some light in there. Okay. Now, let's spray this umber. Let's see, that's cold. Okay, that's not going to work. I have a little orange here. So we might just add a little orange to it. I didn't want to, but you know what? It's kind of like an orangey brown. This is an Amsterdam orange. I think it's Cad Orange Light or medium. I'm not exactly sure. So let me look at this again. So right in here, it's like an orangish shade. But I think I'm going to mix it with that raw sienna, kind of just so it's not real orange. Okay. All right, so right in here might be a little bit more orangish shade. That's like a little too much orangey. This might be the shade here. Okay, because I'm going to have to probably come back to that because it's too watery. Okay. got a little dark just to kind of give it a little bit more pizzazz here. Just kind of where those lines are there. Okay. And here it's a little bit dark also. And here I may have too much water on my brush. Okay. Right here, it's just a line that goes right in the midst of this here. Okay. Okay. Now, right in, let's see, right around this eye, it has that orangish shade. And it kind of follows up and over. You're almost like dry brushing this. Just kind of follows up here. And then it goes dark. Okay, so let's get some darker shades of brown in this piece right here. Yeah, so okay, we got some brownish colors in right around here. Here. Now I'm going to have to turn this, unfortunately, in order for me to get this. Just a tad of this, that's all. I think I'm going to get my little liner brush again. Because it needs to have just some semblance of hair growing here. not one to put every hair in, but sometimes you have to in order to get the right look. And this is one of those instances where you have to like kind of put those hairs in so that it looks like it's supposed to look. The shades and everything that go with it. Kind of just blend it out. Different shades of light. Different hues, I guess you could say. Okay, that looks pretty good so far. I got the eye pretty well done. Oh, I'm sorry, Sally. Wait. Okay. So I think it's time for a little drink of some sort as we move on. I'm just wondering if I can make a little orange with some of this light orange, or just like a highlight. Okay, let's see how that works out. So, okay, so I didn't rinse my brush. Probably should have. Just a tad of orange here. Just kind of getting that in there a little bit, but this is going to get darker. Okay. Right here, it is darker. I'm going to get my brown. It's right in here. And then it gets that light shade. It's more light in through here. And I think that's just because of what we're dealing with here with the sun. It's coming in this way. Although the background is dark, we still have to get that shade in there. Let's get more of this brown. We'll let that dry a little bit. Okay, let's see here now. This is some dark in here. There is some light that starts to come down this way. So I'm just going to kind of get in there. Some of that going up that way. And very dark right in here. You know that dark spot's there, but we want to kind of cover it up. Sort that out. Boy, that's too bad that this is like this because there's a lot of paint in there. I think what I'm going to do is stop for now because I don't have the color that I need. And it's not handy, at least right now. So, because of that, I don't know what to do here. Because I need that shade. And I can't seem to get it out of the thing. What is this? This is burnt umber. Oh, that might be a good one to use, burnt umber. Oh, and burnt sienna. Boy, oh boy. I was looking for those colors. Yeah, so, I don't know. Sometimes you clean up and then you don't know where you put stuff. This is one of them things. You just don't know where it's at. I could just squeeze it out. Because I know. There we go. There's some in there. There we go. Well, maybe that'll be enough for now. At least to get some of that in there. But I think now that I have these colors that I was looking for, this might be better instead of... Oh, yeah, that's much better. This is the colors of what I need. Unfortunately, I can't open it, but we'll try to get that open eventually. So let's see here. Let's see. Let's go with this burnt sienna. That's what I'd really like to have up here. Right in here would be nice to have that. And then there's like this gray. Let's see if I can mix a little gray here. On the tip of his nose. Just right here. Right in here. There's that little bit of gray. Kind of makes it look as the word bends. Bends bit. Okay. So now that I got Payne's Gray, I can go over this a little bit too, so that it kind of blends better here. There's quite a number of colors in him. So it's here. It's here. It's quite light right here. Kind of hairy looking. Okay, and then this kind of goes this way. The hair. Let's mix it up with that turning green. Okay, let's see here. Let's get some of this in here. Fix that a little bit better. My green here. They go this way. This way. And this comes down this way. And have a little dark gray here. Very dark gray. Almost black for this. Here. And here. Because this has got to come down. And probably I'll have to come back in with this. Okay. This comes also down this way. It's sort of like a little thing that comes down like that. And then this here is here. Oh, I put that up too high, I think. Oh, I did. All right. All right. Well, it really isn't too high because this kind of is a dark, like some of this here almost kind of goes like this. Okay, put this in there now. Yeah, that's definitely has to have this ridge here. And this comes like this. Very, very interesting, huh? It's just a little indication of things here. And like here, well, it's more than that. It's like got this here. Let's just get the in here. Some of this also. Just kind of getting it. And then kind of brushing it up into that. And then getting this into it also. So gotta wait till that dries a little bit. Now there's this little bump here, so I've got this going the wrong way, and this needs to go up a little further. So we are going to do that. Okay. Okay, and this kind of is almost like a little round thing that goes on here, like that. Hopefully you're seeing what I'm doing. And then this goes and it lays down kind of going this way. Not the way I have it there. Oh, there we go. Now I'm going to rinse that out again. I'm just going to dry it and put this lighter shade of off-white in here because it goes like that. And then it comes down in here like that. And then there's some little pieces that come in here like that. Maybe just a tad darker here, but nonetheless. Because you want to cover up the lines. All right, I think we're now getting the idea of how this should be. Sometimes you just have to keep working at something. You know, it's this is very light here. So when you put the dark down, then you put the light on top of it, you can see it better, really. Like in here, you want this to be lighter. And then you have to get some of these little pieces in there a little bit. Get these in here. And then we can put some light ones in. Light or dark, darker ones. Because now we can just push it up through the wet. It kind of goes off now to the side. Okay. And I'm going to get this cleaned again. I'm going to go into the light one again. And so this comes around like that. Give it a little bit of these orangey. Just lightly. Just very lightly. Okay. All right. Now, I think I'm going to just get a little white out because I want to make sure that is real light in certain spots because the sun is actually on it. So, oops. Okay. Not putting a lot out, just enough to work with it to make that a little lighter in, certain spots. And it really probably isn't going to be real light anyways because you're working on top of something else, but just kind of give it a little bit of a highlight. And I'm just going very lightly with my brush. I'm not pressing hard with it. And through here, there is some lightness. In here. Okay, I'll probably have to get some green in that. Oh, can you see me what I'm doing here? Just getting some light in. right in this thing. Okay, let's get some more of this in. Okay. Okay, get that little bit of green back in there. Okay, I think with part one, we're just about ready to leave. You know what I'd like to try to do, though, is I'd like to get that ear in up here, this little ear. It's basically brown, dark brown. So I'm going to do that. Just get my brush wet here so that I can get this to... So I just want to put the dark in, kind of get that up in there. And then there's probably an ear over here also, but it's kind of dark. So I'm just going to get that dark in there. Just kind of pushing it in here. Because our ear over here, we just see partial ear here. But I see the ear here and on this other picture, and it's kind of close to this, but all this is kind of dark up in here, so I'm just going to get that darkness in there, kind of going the way the hair is going. Just kind of getting some of that dark in there so that when we come back to it after it dries, we should be pretty good. I just got to try to open this other can here. And it's really dark in through here. There's really not much going on there. I am going to kind of do black and brown because it is very, very dark. So I'm going to get that in also. And it starts right in here. So might as well get this in. So it'll help us to see what else is happening here, you know, as far as how I'm going to have to make my marks and stuff. And hopefully we can get this done in 2 sittings. It would be kind of nice to be able to get that done, you know. This is all dark in here. There are a few little light pieces in here, but it's basically really dark. Because the sun is coming on this. So This here is dark, but what's happening here is there is going to be some light hair on the bottom, and I don't want to make it too dark. And there's also some lighter things that come in through here. So just kind of, oh, sorry. So what I'm doing is just kind of putting the hair, making my brush strokes go in the way the hair is going to go. So let's get some more of that black brown. Put it up in here. That's his ear. This is probably part of his other ear. Okay, he's got an enormous head. He really does. He's certainly a big boy. Okay. Just kind of putting some hairs in here because there's dark hair there. That's light. And underneath, it's kind of dark in here too. And that's real light in through there. And then there's some light that comes in through here. It's not real dark, but it does have some depth. Okay. And this is all dark in here. So I'm going to actually do that, I think. Get that dark in there too. There is some light that comes in through here. Just darken it up here. This is sort of his body, but it's in the shade part of it. So because of his head being so massive, it this is all body here. Can't really see his body because of this being so dark in here. And I think if I get this all filled in like this, I'm sorry, I've got this not showing. I think this will make a big difference in what we're seeing too. You know, like it starts to pull together by getting these shades of darkness in. Okay. All right. So let me pull the camera out a little bit so that you can see it better. Okay. see what's going on here. I think he's starting to really shape up. You know, like we're taking our time doing this because there's so much mass here, and we want to make sure we have those hairs that look like hairs, because the way this picture is, there's a lot of hair showing. I don't like to draw every piece of strand in there. Like in here, when it's dark, there'll be a few little light strokes, but really nothing major for that. I am going to cover my palette, and then we will be back and for part 2 of our painting. Have a good one. And please, if you can, help me on my purchase here. I'm bringing you my best ever that I can content with my cameras, but I just can't. I can't continue with the cost of paints and my brushes and my surfaces. You know how it is to paint and what it costs to paint these things. It's not easy to do. I do have some things that, you know, I have on hand, but a lot of it, I'm going to be having to buy some new things pretty soon. And if I don't have the money, I mean, I'm going to have to say goodbye. And I don't want to have to do that. So I guess I'll know what I need to do after this painting. If I should continue or not. Even if you join my channel for $1.99, you'll get some perks. You'll get mentioned. We'll have some special videos just for you. You know, I definitely will announce you. Right now, I have two members, and I appreciate your help. And you know who you are, and I will put those at the end of the video as well. Yeah, that's looking really nice. I really like that. You can just see it. It's starting to look like a bear. Okay, well, until next time, have a good day, and thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I love you, every one of you, and God bless.